use that on Linux, Mac, and Windows.
What is
The
it for?
.NET. It's like building applications, cross-platform applications. It's called .NET Core. That's the open source version of .NET.
Oh, that's right, because they open sourced it, didn't they?
Oh my God, they keep open sourcing everything.
I mean, I
It's
give them a lot of credit for that.
yeah. I
That's
mean, some people say, so what's next, Microsoft? Are you gonna open source the Windows operating system?
yeah. I
I think they would. I think they would at some point. They would. They change. They're different.
I wonder how much legacy crap is in there because that's what probably is keeping them from not
That's
doing it.
exacto. That's it.
Have you
That's
heard
it.
of that crazy stuff? Speaking of operating systems, have you heard of Fuchsia?
Yeah, I did. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know why Google would do that. I don't know what's the purpose. It's just they hate the Linux. I don't know the Linux like foundation or whatever the other distros. Like I don't know why. What's the purpose? Like what's wrong with Linux? At
Um,
least the Linux kernel. Like why would you do that? Why would they make their own kernel?
yeah,
I don't understand.
oh yeah, yeah, I don't I mean, I mean, one of the reasons I heard was to get, to forget about the the GNU pub license
Yeah.
so they could do whatever they want with it. And they mentioned how it's really hard to get upstream changes. So by just dropping the legacy crap, they can maybe make
Mm.
that situation better.
So this is it. It's just because there's still like legacy things. Everything is just I guess it makes sense. Such new, such fresh.
Yeah.
It's amazing how Linux is still like very modern. Still considered very modern. Like it's very
Yeah.
good.
It's actually I think because remember when well, I don't remember, but they had the whole thing with microkernels versus
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
monolithic kernels.
yeah, yeah,
And I was thinking, well, how is Linux not obsolete now,
yeah. Right.
given that there's so many drivers packed into one thing? And basically, I just read that a lot of it is dynamically loaded in modules now. So it's really not a monolithic
It's not.
kernel so
Yeah.
much anymore,
Right.
to a
Right. Right.
fault.
Yeah, it is different, right? It's not monolithic. I mean, they never call themselves monolithic. People just because there was something called microkernel. That's why, as a result, we should call the old one monolithic kernel.
That's a
I
good
think.
point. We love to label things, don't we?
Yeah, yeah. Because there's this, so yeah, you guys must be this too, right? I didn't like, and then they
Yeah,
say we didn't call ourselves that. Why would you call us us that?
that's a good point.
Mm. I'm taking an OS course, hopefully before I graduate next year.
What kind of course?
OS, operating systems.
Oh, that would be
Oh my
fun.
God. I'm freaking excited. Like,
Yeah.
way too, like, over the roof.
Well, it's a cool topic. Did
Yeah,
you
it is.
ever have to take compiler design?
So people decide between compilers or OS.
Oh, okay.
That's like, like, it's too much to take two. And so I've decided to go with the OS, I
Yeah,
think.
that's what I would do too.
Like it's no less than 3K of lines of code.
Mhm.
A friend of mine wrote like by the end. It's crazy. Of
In
course,
the
it's
in
gonna
the
be
compiler?
no OS course.
How much code?
No less than 3,000.
Oh, so a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
I'm sure the engine is more than the 3K thousand, 3,000, right? How
But
many
that
lines of
seems like a
code?
lot for a class, for, a single.
Yeah,
But that's good.
yeah.
They're giving you experience. That's good.
Fuck yeah, it's freaking cool.
You can
Oh
go to
my
Google
god.
and work on Fuchsia.
No, just the elite boys are welcomed here. Not you guys. No, you need to be a Googler for a long time to be working with Fuchsia. I can't give you the secrets of the kingdom.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's cool that they can do that and they can actually make a whole new kernel
Yeah, it's cool,
in
but
like a matter of
yeah, with this work, I guess it's Google. It could work. It's not like it doesn't have it's consumer. It's a consumer company. It's not Linux. It's not the Linux Foundation. It's not like the fragmentation of Linux distros. It's just one company. Um, I guess,
Hmm.
right? I mean, that's why it could work. There's nothing else. I mean, they can't make like more magic than Linux kernel. The Linux kernel is like like what's bad about it? I never thought of anything bad about it because it's optional. Like everything you do is there by your choice, almost.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know
Yeah,
why
I don't
they
know.
would, I
Yeah,
mean, other than licensing,
yeah, right. But
but
I mean,
that seems like it seems like they don't they if they wanted to fix updating up like
oh yeah, oh the packaging. Oh my God,
I don't know.
updating the packaging. Oh that's oh my God. That maybe I guess that's the only mess. I guess right. The Debian, the like all that the packages, right? That's the that's the fragmentation is a problem, right?
Well, I mean like you know, you have different vendors releasing the newest version of Android at different like taking a very long time. That's what I mean.
Mm, okay.
Um,
And compared to something like Arch Linux, which is beautiful.
exactly, which everyone gets it right away. So is that because
Yeah,
of licensing? Is that because of the kernel? I don't think so. I would say no, but
yeah,
yeah, I don't
yeah,
know.
right. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still a newbie to OSs, so
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna get back to you when I finish that course.
You should. I want to hear about it. Um, sounds very cool. Sounds like a
Yeah,
cool course. I'm excited to, those are the kind of course I'm excited to take. Hopefully I can skip the intro and get right into it.
yeah. When do you start? When do you start?
September.
Damn,
Yeah.
damn,
I
damn.
have one more exam left and then I'll practically graduated because I have nothing after that.
So wait, so September is the college starting, like, or is that like the like what are you expecting? You expecting? Is that when you graduate from school or?
No, I graduate probably in June. No, in June.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm graduating in June. Then
okay.
I'll move out end of August and be at school
Wait.
by September
Oh my God. And where are you gonna go?
to Boston, to
Which?
Northeastern University.
Oh wow! Congrats, Luke.
Thank you. Thank you, Vizar.
Congrats. Boston is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I went to MIT. Oh my God,
Oh
such an
yeah,
amazing
I
school.
remember I heard about that trip. What
Yeah.
did you do there?
There was a hackathon there, and so we went there, and
Oh, that's cool.
right, and so MIT is oh God, like they do stuff in front, like publicly, like they show what they do. Like
Uh-huh.
there are windows, like you actually see what they're working on. It's not behind closed doors,
That's
and
cool.
it's a private university. Why would they show this stuff? Public universities. I don't understand. Maybe it's just government research, maybe, but I mean, not everything is government research. So why would you
Yeah.
like hide everything?
Hmm.
But the CS department at MIT, oh, 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 it looks like Google, like from the inside, it looks like Google or like other companies. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's still Boston, so Boston is fantastic.
Yeah.
Uh, wow, wow, congrats again.
Thanks. Oh,
Okay, so what are you working on, Luke? Tell us, please.
oh, sure. So we have one viewer.
Uh-huh.
Let me say hello. If you want to say hello to in the chat, I'll say hello back. Natrolan. Um, anyways, yesterday I got the font rendering to work. So now I'm writing the interface so that it can be used from Lua. And specifically, I'm tying it into this code I wrote a long time ago, which, oh my God, the phone, a long time ago, which basically would take a bunch of bits of text and it would uh, keep the text on the screen for a period of time, and then you could push text to the end of it. So, like a chat system, you push each chat message and it eventually disappears. All right, I gotta get the phone now. purpose, sir.
Or prepare to get wanged.
Everybody always hangs up when I do that.
Because that scares them. That's why.
Well, if they had like conviction with their purpose of calling, maybe they would be able to respond. But they
Yeah,
know.
it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Exactly. Uh, okay, so we got a few functions here that are going to be called right from Lua, and we just have to implement them. Easy peasy lemon implementation stuff, you know.
So Lua runs like after compiling, it runs just with compiled C, right?
Well, it basically the Lua, some Lua is actually built into the engine. It's compiled to object code, like on the fly and literally linked.
And
Um, Other Lua is loaded and compiled on the fly, and then it's
mhm,
able to call C functions in the engine. So this file here on my right, redcrane_decl.h, has a bunch of functions. It's literally just a C code file,
yeah,
and then
right.
LuaJIT actually parses this and gives me
Mhm,
back pointers to these functions so I can call them directly. And then LuaJIT manages conversion from, C types to Lua types.
yeah, yeah,
And then I just wrap it in some Lua code to make it a little more user friendly,
yeah, yeah,
by just calling them. I keep pointers, like you can make objects and sort of make it object oriented by just keeping, like making a pointer and keeping it around, then passing it to each function,
yeah, yeah,
like I'm
yeah.
doing here.
That's yeah, right, right.
And then you have an object oriented interface that wraps the engine and calls into C++ code.
Function pointers are the proto classes or something, or proto objects, I guess in C.
Yeah, you can definitely, because you can use function pointers to make like do like the equivalent of virtual functions too, which is kind
Yeah.
of neat. Let's see if our friend has said hello.
No.
Oh, he said hi. Oh, that's you. Hazzy, you got me excited. But we have 4 viewers now.
Yeah. For some reason, I can't tag people in the chat. Is this just because
Hmm.
they're not here anymore? I don't
You should be a
understand.
mod. You are.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can't talk to them like tag them like at the name. I can't do that to you and to me, but not to others. I don't know why.
That's weird.
Is it because they're not here anymore?
Hmm.
Mm.
I don't know. Here, let's
Let's
pop
just
out the chat.
continue. Let's continue. Let's continue.
I want to pop out the chat. Can I do it? Nah, that's okay.
Oh, the good old days of following out the chat.
All right. So let's see. Continuing. So this is easy enough. We just need to. We don't even need this reference to the engine technically. Oh, wait. Maybe we do. If we go into text render, yeah, it looks like so we need a font path. And then when we go to render, we need the driver. So,
Well, let's tweet.
but we actually, this isn't for rendering. I just realized we're looking at time text. So time text only needs the default timeout. So we can go right ahead and return. We also need a deleter function. So let's see, text stream delete void stream. So in this function, we're going to make a peer pointer of a timed text stream. So a peer pointer is really interesting because a peer pointer will uh, a peer pointer keeps the pointer alive only as long as both peers are alive. So if Lua decides it doesn't need this text stream anymore,
Mm-hmm.
it will deallocate the text stream. If the engine if the engine like is closing down, it says I don't need this time text stream anymore.
Yeah.
It will also deallocate. So Lua or the engine could keep a reference to it, but it'll still deallocate. So this was actually really useful because I could allocate mesh and then give a peer to the engine, give a peer to Lua, and if Lua decided to hold a reference to it, it wouldn't get uninitialized. So as a result, OpenGL would be uh, OpenGL would be uninitialized before the mesh was uninitialized, so there would be an error. So instead,
Mm.
this way, as soon as the engine doesn't need it, it gets uninitialized. As soon as Lua doesn't need it, it gets uninitialized. But we might actually not need this now that I think of it, because this doesn't have a link to the engine at all. So we can just make a new pointer. If it had some reference to the engine at all, that would be another thing. But in this case,
Okay, tweet gonads.
yay, thank you, Haza. Let's see where the chat looks like. Nope, nothing yet. Nothing yet. But we have 3 viewers. That's better than YouTube. 4 now.
Welcome, welcome everyone, welcome.
Yes, yes. Okay, so now we have our stream. Pass it our timeout and return it. And now when we go to delete it, it's a matter of deleting the timed text stream.
So is this the first time you're actually implementing or actually trying to display text in the engine, or is this
No,
like a
no, it's funny.
implementation?
Year, probably years ago, I wrote this functionality myself with freetype, and it worked okay. But I didn't need the code for a while, so I ditched it.
Mm.
And now I need font rendering again, and I decided I don't want to re-implement it. I don't want to bring that code back. So I'm using this library called freetype-gl,
Okay.
which all it really does is it caches, well, actually it's very useful because it takes each glyph as it's rendered and puts it into a texture atlas. So it manages to fit as many characters as it can in a square texture. And then
Mm.
all I have to do when I render is upload the texture and then get a stream of vertices from the library, and then I render those vertices and that texture onto those vertices. And it works pretty well, and it's, it works. So it was a little bit faster, I thought, than doing my own.
Right,
Um,
right.
I'm trying to really focus on usability, and I was actually impressed. I took a long break from working on this, and I came back, and all the Lua code was working pretty well, and I was able to, as it stands currently, I can load meshes in using Lua alone, and move them around, like parent the camera to them. So like it's really easy to make a first-person gun, for example, lock to the camera by just parenting the object to the camera, and it all
Mm-hmm.
just works. So I'm really I like that. I'm trying to focus on usability so that becomes easier, and it's like that experience because that was a good experience. So that's where I stand right now. So I figure that this idea of a text stream is a little, more abstract than the way I typically go about things with this engine, but it's going to make it very usable for, like I said, for chat systems, for this, for that. Um,
Wait, did you say chat system?
yes.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yes, I'm very excited. I will need to do some networking code, which worries me, but I think I'm coming back to this at a much different mentality. I think I can. Last time I tried and failed. This time I think I can do it. Or at the very least, I'll try again.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I mean, it's just trying, right? It's keep working on it. So
yeah.
damn. So how would I work on this?
See that could be an issue because this full text ends up being a copy. So it'd be nice if we could guarantee a reference here, but yeesh. I wonder if there's any way to, well, I could technically, uh, all right, I can duplicate the string, I think, with string dupe. String dupe shall return a pointer to a new string, which is a duplicate. The pointer can be passed to free. If no pointers returns, the new string cannot be created.
Oh my God, I grew like I have a love for C now. Like I finished a C course just recently. I got a B on, and
Ooh,
I just have like an immense love for it now.
yeah, it's cool. There's something to be said for it, but
Yeah,
the one
it's
thing that I can't
it's
do
cool.
is the memory allocation and
Yeah,
worrying about it.
yeah, it is a lot.
See,
What do you use? How do you uh catch like leaks and errors? Like what do you use? Use Valgrind or something like this?
I have used Volgrind. I haven't used it in a long time. These
From
days, I'm
what
hoping
about?
for the best.
Wait, whoa,
Wishful
wait.
thinking. That's how I prevent.
So you
Um,
don't actually use any tool memory tool at all,
I did use Volgrind. If I had to use one, I would use Volgrind because I already have experience with that.
but you don't use anything right now.
Not right now, no.
Oh my
Stuff
God.
like this definitely worries me. But these days, I'm using all smart pointers, so it's like I I can almost guarantee that some data will not get leaked. This data I
Yeah.
can't guarantee. You see, I'm using new right there. So I need to make,
Wait,
yeah.
so what's smart pointers? Never heard of that before.
Smart pointers are sort of a C++ thing where
Ah.
the constructor and the destructor are basically guaranteed to run.
Okay, okay,
So
okay, okay.
as long as the lifetime of your objects is, like, let's say I have a structure which has other objects, and those objects allocate memory, I can
Mm-hmm,
guarantee to you that those objects' memory will be freed when the struct goes out of scope. So I could
mm-hmm,
basically manage everything on the stack by just, I could basically avoid, if I avoid allocating memory except for, you can see it right here, the constructor or resources, the constructor, and I limit the destruction to the destructor, I will
mm-hmm.
never have a memory leak. These resources will never leak because no matter what, this destructor will be called, and if the constructor was called, the destructor will be called. So you put your allocations in one, your deallocations in the other, you never have to
Yeah.
worry. So smart pointers are just objects that manage the lifetime of a pointer.
I'm waiting for the stream to catch up so I can see what you're actually seeing.
Gotcha.
So the dream structure, you free stuff there, right? You free the what you allocated there, right?
Yes. So this is
Delete,
that's
which is
exactly,
delete.
yep.
Okay.
If I allocate it in the constructor, I ought to deallocate it in the destructor. And then I know that if this constructor is called and then say an exception is thrown or some weird thing were to happen, the
Mm-hmm.
destructor is going to get called and this is going to get deallocated.
Is that user specified function delete, or is just how C++ does it? It's not free, like, because in C it's free, right? So what's delete?
Delete is a keyword.
It's a
I'm
keyword.
like
Okay.
casting it and then calling delete on it. So usually you would just go like
Mm-hmm.
that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
even know if you need to cast it, in all honesty. I think you probably don't. So it's just a keyword, just like new is. It's not a, I mean, maybe you could use it as a function. And then there's a weird one like this, if you allocated it like this.
Yeah. You want to write less code, right? That's the dream.
Yeah. Um, okay, and then this. Um, let's see. So yeah, so I need to make sure, so the thing here is that I need to make sure that this is eventually freed. So
Mm-hmm.
I can actually do that with Luigi. It's actually very nice. I can I can do uh, GC, and then it takes a function to call, I think. Let's look it up. How many viewers we
What's
got? Three viewers.
what is this? What's GC?
GC like garbage collect.
Hmm.
So if I look at this API here, this is what LuaJIT gives you. So FFI GC finalizer. So you can allocate some memory by calling into the C function literally, and then
Mm-hmm.
when this variable goes out of scope, it calls free on it automatically. So I need
It just gets the number of the bytes. How does it know the number of the bytes that Lua needs? How does that
um
work?
my well in this case FFI C malloc returns a pointer, so that's it knows how many
Ah.
bytes a pointer is, and presumably when you allocate data, like it just stores the size of how much you allocated in that data alongside it.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Cool.
So
Yeah.
that's how free knows how to deallocate it. Always been my understanding of it.
Okay.
So now what I can do is I can just do,
Of course, where they have these, like something will tell you how much, how many bytes they are. Because in C, you gotta save that to yourself, or you gotta find it to yourself. I mean, nothing just comes like this.
yeah, now that I think of it, you'd think that if the implementation was able to know how much bytes were allocated, that,
Yeah, of course they
but
would.
actually, wait. Isn't size of, I
I
know
mean, let's
size
see.
of is really weird because if you give it a pointer, it'll tell you the size of the pointer. You give it an array.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You need that's the size, whatever this like is, like you actually. So I mean, like you do like size of int, like size of the type, right? Or size of this, and
Hmm.
you time it, of course. Like how much do you want?
You time,
That it like
say that again?
multiply it, multiply
Mm.
it with the how many elements you want,
Right,
right?
right.
So yeah,
Then you get the number of
only with the
bytes.
yeah. But I mean, usually you don't want the number, the size of the pointer. You want the size of
The
wherever the
array.
pointer points
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Tricky stuff.
Oh my
Not to
God,
say that C++
so
is really any better.
nah. This is it's like it's just like it's a lot of work. There's no you feel powerful because it's you do all that stuff by yourself, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not it's cool. Like this, what's cool about it? You're just spending more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's to me it's cool, I guess.
No, I think so too. There's something to
Yeah.
be said for it. Now the other thing we got to do is we got to make sure that this is freed. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have a string. Here, we'll do,
My brain hurts. I see C++, C, and Lua.
yeah, all at
Like
the
when
same time.
yeah, when I worked with C, when I still work with C, I just see C. I don't see anything else.
Yeah.
C and Bash,
Well, I
just C.
love mixing languages. I think it's a lot of fun when you can use many different languages for the same project and bring them together.
It's it's very graceful.
Yes. See, I'm using this function again to make sure that this string is deallocated, except, hold on now, what is the FFI string function? Okay, so creates an interned Lua string from the data point to by pointer. So it bears no relation to the original data anywhere. It's faster the path past the length of the string if it's known when the length is returned by a call. Okay, so basically this creates a copy of the string, but I already made one copy. Now I need to make a second copy and return that, which is a pain, and that's inefficient right there for you. Um, the solution would be to probably not copy it, like to return, I don't know. I don't know.
Something something.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to, the interface just doesn't support a pointer to a string, but it probably should, because if it did, then you could technically keep like hold on to the pointer and then just read the pointer, which isn't a terrible idea because that could be done. That's how it could be implemented. And I might do that just because I'm a nerd, but about the copying, but I don't know, fuck it. I'll make a thing here. I'll make a note. This copies the string twice. We wouldn't have to do that if we could get a pointer to the string text stream data directly instead of having to copy the temporary and then copy it again to make it a Lua string. Okay, so full text, we can step, we can push a string, and we make sure to delete it, except those not parentheses. And we have the delete function, push string full text returns the string, step and push string don't do anything, new and delete returns that, takes a stream, takes a stream, takes a stream, pointer, 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 text, nothing, dt, timeout, stream. All right. So now this is totally independent from font rendering. That's the thing. This just manages the stream of data that will eventually disappear. Um, Now we could probably make use of the observer, which is built in somewhere. Time text. So we have the ability to check when things are removed, right? So that could be used to like make it things fade out instead of just disappearing. But we need a good way to get that to Lua, which is difficult. So we'd have to have like a subscriber and then in queue these events for Lua to get because I really I'm trying very, very hard to avoid callbacks and other of those things so that we're only going to go for a pull style interface. Um,
What's a poll style?
I guess instead of saying here's a callback to call on an event, I want you to
Mm.
just tell me all the events that are going on currently.
Oh, polling. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, polling instead of instead of callbacks, polling over callbacks.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, do you have an opinion on this? I always like callbacks are useful, and events
Yeah,
are sometimes more difficult to implement. But
right. But what, like, is this just because it's difficult, or like, what's the reason
well,
for it?
in this case, the reason I want to like callbacks make sense
Yeah.
for this use case, but in terms of Lua, it's not very easy, nor is it very fast to have Lua, well, because already we have the C code that started the engine calling into
Yeah.
Lua, which is now calling into C again.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have a callback, that means we have to go from C calling Lua, which is calling C, which is calling Lua. And
I see.
I'm pretty sure it's not very quick. LuaJIT is just
Yeah.
not made for these kinds of things. And this is where I'm actually getting this. Uh, this is literally where I'm getting this is, let's see, methods for callbacks. I think
This makes sense.
it's somewhere here. I think it's here. Push. Here we go. Callback performance. Callbacks are slow. First, the C to Lua transition itself has an unavoidable cost, similar to a Lua call or Lua P call. Argument and result marshalling add to that cost. And finally, neither the C compiler nor LuaJIT can inline or optimize across the language barrier and hoist repeated computations out of a callback function. Interesting stuff. I mean, it, I don't know. But anyway, it's considerably faster to write a numerical integration routine itself in Lua. The JIT
Mm.
compiler will be able to inline the user-defined. Oh wait, let me read this paragraph. Do not use callbacks for performance-sensitive work. Consider a numerical integration. For example, consider a numerical integration routine which takes a user-defined function to integrate over. It's a bad idea to call a user-defined Lua function from C code millions of times. the callback overhead will be absolutely detrimental for performance. It's considerably faster to write the numerical integration routine itself in Lua. The JIT compiler would be able to inline the user-defined function and optimize it together with its calling context with very competitive performance. As a general guideline, use callbacks only when you must because of existing C APIs. Callback performance is irrelevant for a GUI application, which waits for user input most of the time anyway. That's an example. For new designs, avoid push-style APIs. A C function repeatedly calling a call, for example, a C function repeatedly calling a callback for each result. Instead, use pull-style APIs. Call a C function repeatedly to get a new result. Calls from Lua to C via the FFI are much faster than the other way around. So most well-designed libraries already use pull-style APIs.
Mm, okay.
So that's where I'm getting that. Um,
I mean, if it works, it works. So, and it's better than the other choice. So,
yeah,
right.
but it's just something else I gotta add later. But I don't have to worry about that. I don't need to worry about stuff fading out. Really doesn't matter. I just want to see this work because I was so proud of this timed text stream, which basically each time you push a new line, it
Mm,
attaches a like a it has an accumulated time for each segment. And when that accumulated time reaches the timeout, it disappears and it gets removed from the totals, the full text string. So the idea is that, okay, I push a message, uh, a chat message because it just came in, and then 10 seconds later it will disappear. But more chat messages will go below it, right? So, I mean, you could add some other functionality to cut off at a certain point, like
yeah. Yeah.
quicker than the timeout. So, this was a cool. I was very proud of this because you know how I started writing this code was with rendering. So I brought in freetype. I knew what I wanted to make. I took freetype. I took this interface that you see here and some OpenGL dependencies, and I was like, I'm gonna make it so good. And then I had font color, font size, fade out, fade in, and I had all this part of the interface. And then I was like, hold on a minute, hold on. Uh, this is doing 5 million things. It's
Mm,
loading font, it's rendering the font, it's rendering with OpenGL, it's managing fade out, it's managing a buffer, it's managing events, it's keeping track of all these things. And I was like, wait a minute. So I broke it down to its core, which was just basically sort of a this weird timed circular buffer thing with optional observing because that's useful. Um, and then I let it be, and now I went back to it a couple days ago, and I was like, okay, um, it does one thing and it does it well, and it was so condensed that I was able to write tests, and I
mm.
looked into the tests, and I was like, oh, I remember how this worked now. But the only reason I could test it was because when I was writing it, I was like, wait a minute, how am I going to test it if it uses OpenGL? How am I going to even know it works? So what I'm thinking here is I already have a function which draws text,
Mm-hmm.
like instantly. So
Yeah.
I'll just add some functions for Lua to have a text stream. And honestly, I could probably write this in Lua, and then the callbacks, like they say, are work. And what's cool is that now we can separate this, and now maybe in the future I will say that, hey, this would be better written in Lua. And then really the important part is that the Lua can draw text immediately through the interface. So now the plan here is in the mod, use the text stream, get some text, and then just draw whatever is the full text of that stream, which manages it accordingly.
Well, so how are you gonna style it? Are you gonna style it from Lua?
Styling is there's like basically no styling support right now, but that would be done with the text drawing.
Oh, so
So the
it's
text
in.
stream doesn't care. So that's
Mm,
nice.
okay, okay.
Um, but I need the text renderer to support that, to support different font sizes, and then it would work fine. And then it would be easy enough to style it. You know, the text draw works in segments, and freetype-gl actually supports it's called markup. They call it markup, and you can set the foreground, the text color, the background color. If there's an underline, a strike through, a
Mm-hmm.
board, like not a border, but it's not too hard to make. And then like so it that works. Um, Basically what I'm saying is that the support is there. It would just be a matter of and whatever markup and text you give it, it creates the vertices on the fly and then puts them at the end of the buffer. So on my end, I just tell it how to render it and it just does it because the shader works and everything just works. But now it's a matter of exposing that in the way I want to expose it to. Okay, so let's go to our Lua code, our mod code. So this is external Lua code, um, game
Here
specific
we
Lua
go.
code.
I'm just working on this beautiful, disgusting thing.
Let me see it. What are you
Uh,
working on?
the desktop app, trying to get the feed, RSS feed. Uh,
Not working? What's happening?
um, no, I'm trying to at least. I'm trying to call this function here, but I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Call this function JavaScript function in the index in my HTML file. Um, but I'm doing something. I'm using this parser I found in GitHub.
Okay.
Uh, but I'm using it wrong. I think this, there's no documentation of documentation. I'm trying to find what to do here. So this is the feed. So I need to find this like this. So this is the request. Oh
I was right, as you can't delete a void pointer. So I need
yeah,
that
you can't,
cast.
right? Because oh no, what?
I don't know
No,
why. It just
you
says it's undefined behavior. It would probably work too. That's the
should.
stupid
I
part.
mean, what is void? How can I do it?
I mean, you're right. Oh, I guess because it doesn't know how
It's
to.
a pointer. It's a pointer because it's a pointer to avoid and then
Yeah, but I
uh,
guess it doesn't know how to dereference it because
yeah,
it wouldn't know what
the
byte
type.
boundary, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, it's not type.
I thought that was so cool when I finally understood what like how void pointers work. I was like, and like the idea of typing as a means to provide size and bytes, basically, and how you
Yeah,
can have a pointer to a void because you're unspecifying the size, but it's still a
yeah,
pointer because pointers have a specified size. So it's really a specified size variable, and that's why it can
yeah.
exist. But void alone can't exist.
Right, right.
I was like, that
It,
was that was the moment.
it is mind blowing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what's going on here? Bad argument number
Okay.
two. Cannot convert table to float.
Feed parser. Where do I declare feed parser? Oh no. Oh no 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 no. So okay, so this is I need this, I guess. But how do you what what? Oh, I guess they're declaring this here. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Oh my God. Oh. Ah. Okay. Okay. So their name is so where are they declaring this beautiful thing here?
Oh.
Their name, their name, Mector. So the actual name of the current module. Oh, so this is the so Prince, yes, but yeah, right. So I need here. So here's the where's the thing. Okay.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Why can't I do this? Just say 1.0.
Where are they fetching this from? I don't understand. I guess I have to just to change this. This and this. Ah, there you go. I found it. Okay. So fetch is this. So I'm gonna just delete this here, remove it, and there you freaking go. Yeah. Okay. What is zero? Where's server? Server close. Server. God damn. Okay, okay. Okay, this should maybe do something. At least break. Um, okay, I am calling this wrong. Yeah. I got error. Electron does not automatically set the node path environment variables. You have to set it manually to all paths containing your desired modules. Why requires working, but not working. Yeah, two is to be found in this issue, stating that the system user modules should not be included in the global path of the module. Okay, since they could contain modules not shipped with the app and possibly compiled with the wrong V8 headers. And if you take a look at Electron source, you could see that internal modules are added. Oh, there you go. So, oh my God, so it is just, it doesn't, it can't read the stuff, it can't access the library, the module. So that's why you have to you have that's why you have access to IBC app, etc., but not the modules that you have installed using.
You're using Node?
Yeah, Node is a beautiful thing. Be confusing, very confusing thing sometimes. Oh, oh. So no, to use the factory, that factory, you'd need window.jQuery export. Is another thing. Where the fuck would I add this? Where the fuck would this be? So global paths. This issue does not exist anymore. But I have this issue. Come on, guys. Hmm.
Oh boy, a new binging with Babish video. You watch that guy?
Oh,
Binging with Babish? It's like a cooking channel, but he makes stuff from movies and shows.
oh no. Engine or banish. Is that banish the game? What is
No,
it?
Babish, like
Oh, 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 oh,
Babish.
Babish. No.
That's okay. But he just uploaded a video, so my phone buzzed, and I saw it. Let's see. Lua runtime error. Bad argument number one to question mark. Can I convert const char to void? Can I
We
convert
have
const char to? Why not? Yes, sure it can.
we have two viewers.
You idiot.
Welcome, Casca.
Must be this. Can I convert const char? Convert.
How does one do this? How does one add global variables or global paths? That's uh
Be nice if I had debugging support in here. I could figure out more things.
oh, this is
Uh,
so I need so current directory slash uh,
Actually, I don't even need to do that. Why don't I just do this?
so is this no no not node RSS parsing RSS parsing.js. Yeah, I think so. Let's do it. Oh shit. Oh, I need to set the. Oh, okay.
So at least now that worked. Can I convert const char to?
Oh, at least it's cold. I mean, oh, okay. Okay, so what's wrong with that? Type error cannot treat property of on of the undefined. Try module
Ooh,
load.
FFI cast.
Wait, so the dir name is wrong. Dir. Right? What the fuck is that? What? Yeah, 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 yeah. Require heat parser.
Okay. So seemingly something happened.
Hello. Um. So I'm doing a very bad thing. Not sure which. We have a question. Look, is
Yes.
it anything to do with the fact it's a const? Somebody says.
It looks like, from my understanding, Luajit is just uh, a little bit more strict on those pointer compatibility. So I would assume that a regular character would have the same problem, like a regular char to void pointer. But I can't see. I'm looking for it in this documentation here, and I can't find it. So I'm just well, okay. C type conversion. So pointer box value to pointer C data. So we want the other way around. C data to a C type. So if the result type of this conversion doesn't match the conversion rules between C types are used. So pointers convert address can go to integers. They can be casted to other pointers, but for some reason, see, it seems like it's able to do pointer conversion. It's just maybe not to void pointers. But yeah. So let's see if this works. So what we're doing is we're taking the power of the light on the desk when we click the button, and we're going to push that to our stream. So let's go over here. Oh, we crashed. Okay, stringify. What's wrong? What's going on? Attempt to call global stringify. What? I don't know where I got this actually. Um, can I just do this? I forget how to do freaking string concatenation in Lua. But that was good. That something happened there. Oh my God. It's acting very slow.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
The game just slowed down really slow.
It's slowed down your computer too, it seems.
Yeah, I don't know why. I hope that's for the streaming, and that's pretty embarrassing. You know, uh, now that I think of it, Cascada, it might actually be because it was const and it was going to a non-const, and it doesn't even matter about the void. But nonetheless, the cast did its job, so now it's good. So, okay, so what's going on here? My guess is it wasn't the messages here. It just had to do with I guess the ray trace? I don't know.
Whew.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Freaking selfish.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is the stupid. Could it be the string copy? I swear, if it's the string copy slowing us down, I'm gonna retire.
No, it can't be.
I really hope not. But for some reason,
It's on the stack, so it's like it's not.
no, the
Uh,
string, it's being allocated like 3 million times.
oh
All right,
shit.
it's just
uh,
bad. All right, so
there you
get number
go.
of lights.
It is that. It is that. That
Oh,
is
I know. I'll make a timer.
that.
I have timer support in here. Look. So we'll do a local
Is this like a
message timer.
is this like a counter how many it's being allocated or something? What is it? What do you mean?
Well, I set I set a callback for like 2 seconds, or let's do every 0.25 seconds. It it's gonna print. So this is like an example of this uses callbacks, but because we wrote the timer in Lua itself, and it
Mm-hmm.
just queries a delta time from the engine, we can use callbacks to great effect, in fact. Um, so we're gonna reset the timer here, and we want to take oh shoot, the message stream and push some text. Hello. All right, this should run very frequently, and something happened. Message time. What is going on? Oh, message timer.
People think that coding is not sexy.
Who thinks that?
At least the game dev viewers. Come on, guy. You should love it. You should love us, like trying to find a bug.
I know, right? This is so exciting.
Yeah, but we promise, guys, it's gonna be worth it.
I hope so. Message stream. All right, what the hell is going on? Line 90, push text. Why is this? No. Message stream. Is it not push text? What's the function called? Oh, push string. Ugh. Hello, 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 hello. It works.
Oh, let's see.
And it doesn't slow things down.
But so what did you do? What did you change?
Um,
Was it that? Was
I
it
don't know what I
the
changed.
the
I didn't do anything. Hold on, let's try this again. It basically turns off the light. Here, let me forget about this generator because this generator is just stupid. It's like changing the light also, but let's just have a switch like we had before. And then each time we're gonna set the power because this is a much more interesting thing that happens. That's cool. So let's make the timeout a little longer. This we don't even need.
Oh my god, I don't want that. Why do you
Um,
Electron?
Set steady timeout now. Make
Electron
text
is a
stream.
bad name. Really bad
Why?
name.
Because
Because
you
I mean, like,
search electron and you get electrons?
yeah, or something electronics. Like, what is this?
Okay, Haz it. Check out the stream.
I'm getting angry.
This will make you happy.
Okay.
So I'm continuously clicking on this button, right? And when I click on the button, it pushes text to the bottom of the
What?
current
Oh,
power.
oh, oh.
So if I
Look
stop
at that.
clicking, you can see it queues up, and then the messages expire and they disappear. But each one gets added to the bottom.
Oh, is this the? This is not polling. This is something else. This is not like what
This
we see here is just
every
there's
time I
like
click, it actually,
yeah.
okay, so this is a whole nother thing. This was actually in the map file as a little area that I could click on, and when I click on it, it fires an event, and then this
Yeah.
Lua code picks up on the event. It's called desk lamp toggle, and then it toggles the lamp by setting the light power, right? And I'm just attaching my message here saying, uh,
Ah,
print
yeah.
the power.
Pause it.
So
Yeah,
each time it gets toggled and each time it gets printed, and then it gets added onto the next line of
yeah.
text, which is then rendered here. We just query the full text, and that's that. Um,
Right.
so now the next step is to add positioning so that I can say place it at the bottom of the screen and, you know, have fun with it basically.
How do you do the clicking? Is just a array casting? Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, there's a little, I define sphere. I can't speak. I define a sphere in the map file, which is here. So I basically say, okay, this is the asset. This shit doesn't matter. It's not even used. Physics events, though, here. I say, okay, this is the event name. We have a sphere, and this is its position, and you can only click it, uh, every half a second, and then it's going to fire this event, which is actually polled by Lua. It goes through event in the Redcrane events, and then it says, what is this? Oh, if Map check loaded. Oh, so if the map, huh? This function I think checks if the map has fully,
Loaded.
yeah, but why would you pass it in the event?
Uh,
Maybe this is, oh, is this a map loaded event? Because there's actually an event in there that says, okay, the map is loaded so that you can do stuff once it is, I think. So this is saying if it's not the map loaded event, then log its type, name, and data. The data is, what is the data even? Oh, it's a null pointer. Okay. Um, and then we're saying, okay, if it's a physics event and it's the desk name toggle, then do that. So this is pretty handy. This is pretty nifty because this is very like you saw it before is that this code down here was attached to the so-called generator, which makes the thing flicker.
mm,
uh, so that was the goal. It's running very slow because I'm streaming, of course. And then you have this.
you should include like a FPS counters. Keep that an eye on that. Do you have
Yeah,
one?
that's a good point. It has one. It prints to the console, but I have it disabled now.
Mm.
But that would be nice to have it visual.
I mean, you could do now. You have text rendering, so
That's true. That's
yeah.
true. I mean, yeah, that's true. So I need to, but first I need to commit this crazy stuff I just did. Um, let's see. Let's look at these changes.
Those changes. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my God. How do people make these things? Oh my God. Damn, damn. uh, Here's your parsing, guys. Let me just steal it from you. Script feeds team app.js. Lots of catching, lots of trying. Travis. What? Clean up feeds. Worker. Okay, no. That's not what I want. Package just JSON. Saturi.
Shit, now I need to do this with the terminal.
What's uh, vu.js? What is this? It's an intuitive, fast. Gif, gif. Oh my God.
Anybody could say it's intuitive.
Oh, yeah.
Is it intuitive?
Approachable. Yeah, approachable, versatile, performance. Original, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Please read the guide. So why would I read the guide if I know? It's a progressive framework. I'm gonna punch myself.
Does it say
Yeah, what is this? What does that mean?
that?
Oh my god, the web dev people, these things like
I know.
oh my
Uh,
god, like they're show offs. They show like they. Oh my
uh,
god.
that's pretty funny.
I mean, I call myself a web dev, I guess, but I don't do that. I'm gonna maybe end up doing this. It looks nice actually. What is this? So it's interesting. Hmm, very cool. So the ID is interesting. Hmm. So the ID is like a name of the variable. Hmm. When you view. Ah, very smart. I see you. I see you. I'm gonna bookmark this. I'm gonna check this out actually. It is approachable. I agree with this. At least like one check is check.
Yeah.
The two I'm not sure. Let's see. But later I need to finish this up.
I mean, it has footsteps. It's getting there. It's stupid engine, but it's getting there.
It's getting there. I love the
Yeah.
lighting. It's beautiful.
And the engine.
Yeah.
Thanks. Navy wants to have his Navy game so I can bring back the old water rendering code. Now that was beautiful.
Oh yeah, that was
Except it
beautiful.
wasn't. Oh, jeez.
I mean, it wasn't bad. What do you mean? Like
Let's
last time I
see.
saw it, it wasn't bad. I mean, do you have it now?
It's
Can
not
you
actually,
show
it's
me?
not bad. You're right, it's not bad, but it's fun to laugh at, I guess.
Be proud of your work, man.
Sailboat screenshots. Okay, so this is the crap, and then it gets a little better. There we go. There we go, baby. Not bad, actually. This is my Facebook banner. This screenshot. I mean, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's
Yeah, it's
not bad. It's not fantastic.
it's definitely not done. So
It's not done, you said?
yeah, right.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
done.
exactly. It's a work in progress and not too
Ex-
bad, not too shabby one at that.
exactly, because you still want to do waves, right? Or no?
Want to do waves?
Waves. Yeah. Are you gonna do waves? Like
I'd like to. I mean it gets tricky. There's so much I don't know. I mean, this stuff is made to be very flat because
mm-hmm.
it's just the way it's rendered too. But you could probably render geometry like over it or something. That could be interesting. I don't know. And
I
then you
mean,
got to
it
mess
depends.
around with the boat buoyancy and stuff.
Yeah, it depends if the game wants that or not. That's
Yeah.
just.
What's going on here?
Uh, how how does one? How does one feel the? It's a search box. Search box. jQuery. Oh, this is how they do it. Oh my god. I think so. Right? Yeah. 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 I just want to see how they reload this. Okay, so this is the main. So this is the and then this is the yeah, right? Show more messages. Wait, what? Oh, pow, 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 pow,
I
pow.
wonder if I just put one of those okay hand emojis. I
Mm.
wonder if I wonder if it shows up on GitHub. I bet it does. Git push. If anybody wants to check out the source code, they can go to github.com/redcranestudio/redcrane-engine and check it out.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink is right.
I love.
There it is. It works. Okay hand. We got a okay.
Oh,